What's going on, YouTube? This your boy Romeo Trading back again for another video. Before we get started, special shout out to my 87 subscribers. We are growing every day. I really appreciate you guys for stopping by, checking out the content, leaving likes, comments, subscribing, all that good stuff. Really appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so right now I got Thinkorswim up. Just got done eating some good Sunday dinner. Hope you guys had a good weekend. The market is closed tomorrow, I think. Martin Luther King holiday tomorrow, so I believe the market's closed tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a half day. I think it is closed tomorrow. So this letter is set for Tuesday. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Right now we got up the SPY. In the excuse me, can't speak. In the last newsletter, I was talking about this week, well, last week being kind of a resting week, and we definitely closed the week out red. Still slightly bullish on the month. Won't take much to turn us red on the month. So like I said, with all the politics and stuff going on, we're gonna see where the money makers want to put their money. If you're looking to add into the SPY, like I said, we got a good uptrend going. If you want to, maybe add over this 381 area would be a good area to add over this week. For a more aggressive add, we do have an entry at this 377.5 area. Nice volume here. Either two things can happen next week. We can continue to have kind of a downtrend next week. Hopefully we don't gap up under this 20 period on the daily. Like I said, we got a nice bounce with volume here. So, maybe a bullish run with this being over the 20 period. Maybe we get another bullish run moving up into next week. We're gonna see. We did get us a nice resting week, so that is good. So we're gonna see how we follow up next week. Anything under this 370 area, we'll probably be well into a red resting month. So I probably wouldn't expect too many bullish pushes. If we drop down too low, we may rest for the rest of the month. So we'll see. Like I said, we had pretty much a narrow range month last month. We've been pushing strong. So maybe, maybe we get a nice resting month before we go higher, or maybe we have a nice pullback. We still haven't bounced off this 350 area here on the weekly. We don't have to bounce off this area, but it was a double top breakout that we did break out of. We never did come back to this 350 area. So if we did come back, have a slight pullback, this would be a nice area to buy at, the 350 area if we did pull back. So just keep your eye on that area as well. Moving on to the Qs. The Qs is already red on the month, so this is probably a telltale sign that the SPYs may join as far as it being a resting month. We did put some good volume in Friday, with it being the close of the week for the for the 3-day weekend. So we might continue to rest for the rest of the month. Probably don't put in any more new highs. 320 might be the new high. Well, might be the high for this month. And then next month we could, possibly continue to go up a little bit higher. If not, the low is already 305 for this month, so we could possibly come back and retest this area here. That's my expectation. Like I said last week, I already expected it to have a red week this week. So pulling back to kind of retest this 300 area will be a good little pullback. It'll be a nice, healthy pullback for us. Let the market makers and the money makers, take some profits. And then, like I say, once that money start back pouring in, it's gonna give us better opportunities to buy and to make money, because it's not that much indecision. Like this week here, you had this big shakeout, the week before last. A lot of people getting them cheap shares. So, just a small pullback would be good. So, I expect my ultimate expectation is for the SPYs and the Qs to kind of have a resting month this month. Like I said, the Qs have already started. I think the SPY is going to continue to rest a little bit this month. We probably won't put in any more new highs. That's just my expectation. We got 20 ideas this week. I'm gonna leave a timestamp in the description. So if you guys don't want to sit here and watch through the whole video, which if you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you watched the whole video. If not, I'm gonna leave a timestamp in the description so you guys can check that out. Go specifically to your time, your stock, and check it out from there. You know, it may be in the description or the comment. But yeah, just to get started, the first idea is ADT. Not loading up for some reason. Having a slight delay. 1 second. Restart my internet. There we go. Okay. First idea is ADT. I've been kind of watching this one for a while. I really did want to get in back here in November. Just never really got an entry that I liked. So starting with the monthly, we do have a green month. The sentiment for the month is green. We are over the 20 period moving average, so that's good. Third green month up. So drilling down to the weekly, we got this nice red doji here over the 20 period and 50 period moving average on the weekly. So that would be a nice entry for us. Getting in over this 915 area. That'll pretty much take out last week's high and possibly move up a little bit higher. The overall chart of ADT on the monthly, let me take a look at it. We do have a slight uptrend forming. So if you guys are in this long term, I'm not sure why we had this nice rip up to $17, but it could be a nice price target to get back up there. After trading sideways, kind of for a year, a little over a year. We did put in not an equal high down here at $4. We put in a higher high up here at $7. We bounced right off that 20 period. We didn't put in the same lows we've been putting in. We actually put in a higher low. So I expect this thing to make a nice move up higher. We probably don't get up to $18 without some PR, but a nice move up, maybe the 12 or 14. Possibly pull back and then maybe make another move up higher would be kind of the objective if you're in this long term. But looking at it right now on the weekly chart, we got the alert set at 915. You can get in this thing at 915 with a stop at roughly about 880. That'll give you roughly a 35-cent stop, somewhere in that ballpark figure. And then, like I say, you can kind of set your targets up how you need to. I do like that we over this average here. We put in a higher high here. After this huge downtrend, we did put in a higher high and a higher low. Bouncing off the 50 period on the weekly. All time frames will line up. We just, we look for ideas that kind of line up on all time frames. Drilling down to this daily, we have the 50 period crossing the 200 period. We're also above that 20 period as well. So the sentiment is definitely bullish on all time frames. So getting over this 915 area, we could have a nice move up higher, breaking out of this pivot. We have a double top here as well. This high here was 923. Week 4 last high was 939. So we technically already did break that pivot. So I think we do have room to make another run up higher. Like I said, we had a nice green week here. Taking out those, excuse me. Taking out those previous weeks, those previous red weeks. So we pretty much took out all those red weeks. Put in a nice high 1 week, took out all those weeks. Put in a nice resting bar here under some good volume. Nice bounce in this area. Like I said, I think over 915 looks good. Nice consolidation here. So yeah, if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, you can get in at $9 exactly, and you can put a stop at 880. That'll give you a 20-cent stop instead of a 35-cent stop. a little bit more aggressive, but we still want to break that high, because if we don't break 915, it definitely can pull back on you. So like I said, you can add half at 9 and then the other half at 915 if you're not already in this thing. But this is definitely one of my favorites. ADT, like I say, bullish sentiment on all time frames. And that's it. Let me look at the 60-minute to see if we had any after hour movement. I don't know what's going on with my internet. 1 second. Sorry about that. Not sure why my internet is acting a little fishy, but yeah, those are my price areas I'm looking for. Like I said, the 915 area, possibly the $9 area, adding more at 915, because that's our major price point we want to break. But yeah, that's it for ADT. Next idea is AIM AIM. Start with the monthly. All right. So right now we're in the first green month after 5 consecutive months kind of bearish. Look like they was trying to hold this $2 area. Seems to broken. Look like it kind of gapped up under that area. We kind of been fighting with this 20 period as well. Like I say, the first green month out of 5 months resting. Like I say, no bullish push at all within the last since August of last year. So like I say, this thing been kind of held down a good little bit. Drilling down to the weekly, I do like a small setup over this 210 area. We are bouncing off the 20 period, but we do have the 50 period up here as well. So the expectation really is to get up to this 220 area. So it's really only a 10-cent move. That's the expectation. And then, like I said, we can get up there. If we put in another pattern, we could look to add to the position, or we can wait for another setup as well. So like I said, this one's kind of a narrow range idea. I do like it because we're over the 20 and the 50 on the daily. We're over the 20 on the weekly, and it looked like we're kind of struggling with this monthly. So we could possibly break out of this area. The monthly moving average is at 194. We closed at 204, so that's a good sign as well. So we're closing on top of this 20 period monthly average. So we could have a chance to make a move higher. Like I said, we've been dragging below this average for a while. Every time we come back up to it on the monthly, we kind of pull back, bounce off of it, pull back. So like I say, with it kind of being snug, it looked like it kind of found the bottom here. Had some good volume on this day, over 200 million on this day. Didn't really put in a new low down here. Ooh, wow, it was down 30 cent. Yeah. So hopefully we don't get down that low. Had a nice little bounce down here. So we're hoping it's gonna make a move higher. On the monthly, we got room to 10. That just, we have a mega gap. Just be looking for that area. Don't expect a $20 run. You kind of got to follow your charts to seeing if it's already been rejected by a certain area. Because if it does get rejected, if it does gap and get rejected by this area, you might want to get out as soon as the market open, if not in the pre-market. So just kind of be careful of that area as well. I'm not saying it's gonna get to $10, but on the monthly chart, if we have a mega gap, that would be the area to kind of look for. You want to make sure all your time frames line up, see where it's gapping from and where it's gapping to. But yeah, drilling down to the weekly, like I said, we got a lot of resistance. We got a little bit of resistance here with the 50 period. We kind of jumped above it and kind of got rejected. We're gonna see if we can make another push to get above it. Like I said, we did get above that 20 period moving average as well. So like I say, that's the expectation for that. If you was to take this here at 210, your stop loss would be roughly 205. Because once it tagged this 210 area, you don't want it to really come back. So like I said, it's only a 10-cent move. Looking to get out maybe 220. It's a nice, like I said, nice 2-to-1 move on that. So 210 by 205, target would be 220. Like I said, you'd be 2-to-1. So if you're risking $500, that'd be a $1,000 move there. Okay. Yep. So yep, drilling down to the daily. Like I say, still like I said, the trend still looks like kind of a downtrend. We do have some consolidation here, and we are over the 20 and the 50 period. So I think we got one more move up before, you know, before we see if this is actually going to pull back or not. Like I say, 5 months down, I think it's time for the bulls to make a move. You know, this month. It don't have to be a huge move, but just a move, just enough for us to make some money and get out. So yeah, that's my idea on AIM. Next idea is AKBA, AKBA Therapeutics. So my internet's about crap today. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. All right, starting with the monthly. We are under the 20 and the 50 period on the monthly. Nice pullback, nice huge pullback here. Kind of has some support here in this $2 area. Huge volume here. Kind of had a dead bounce at 210. Didn't push below that area. Nice green bar to push up. We had a higher low in December, so that's a good sign. And we have a slightly higher low this month as well, with the low being 276 from 271, so a few cents higher, but we are bullish, so we could make another move up. For you long-termers, I would possibly add up here in the 340 area. Last month's high would be a nice area to get back to add more shares at. But right now we're doing a swing, a possible swing trade entry. So drilling down to the weekly, last week we put in a nice red doji over that 20 period moving average on the weekly. So that's a good sign for me. Getting in at 325 with a stop at 305 to close. That'll give you a 20-cent stop on that. So we just looking to get possibly 40 cents out of this thing. That'll put us at 365, roughly 365. That'll put us roughly, you know, roughly in that little area there. So just 2 to 1. We basically look for just 2 to 1 out of it. Like I say, we got room up to $7 on the weekly, roughly $6 on the monthly. So, you know, that's definitely a $6 to $7 area is definitely a good area. If we do have, you know, any type of special move, any special PR, we can, you know, definitely expect the gap up at least to that area. Drilling down to the daily. We got the 200 period as well up in this $7 area as well. So yeah, that's definitely a target area. If anybody looking to hold longer than a few days, if you have any bigger targets in mind. The daily looks good. We're over the 20 and the 50 period. We've kind of been going sideways. Put in a nice bull run here. That was November. Put in a nice green run. And then in December, you know, kind of rested. Didn't really pull back too strong. Kind of been bouncing between the moving averages, you know, nothing too drastic. You know, we didn't really get a big separation like we did, you know, when the virus and stuff hit. So it looked like we're trying to transition a little bit. So I got an alert set to this 325 area. And like I said, the 325 area get us over the pivot high. We had big volume to get us to that pivot high up there at 325, which was also a similar high of a previous week. We had got the 330. But right now we're just gonna focus on last week's high, 325. Like I like when it hit. Like, you know, the quarter marks, you know, 25, 50, 75, $1. You know, those be good little signs, good little price point areas to get in. You see it hit that area exactly before it pulled back with some big volume. So I think we got to move up higher on AKBA. Y'all stay tuned for this one, breaking out of this trend here. Next idea is CBAT, CBAT Energy Technology Inc. This one here, starting with the monthly, we do have some bullish sentiment here. We did break the high last month already. Seems like it's kind of just pulling back. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. We are over the 20 period and the 50 period on the monthly, so that's good. Like I say, green month, sentiment is bullish for the month. Drilling down to the weekly, we did put in a nice green week to start off the month, followed up by a red resting week. Excuse me. Seems like last week we kind of retested the breakout of this 650 area. So this could have been an original entry here at the 650 area. Broke out of that area, put in a new high, came back, retested that area. The low was 6.2, high was 650. So yeah, put in a nice retest here, nice bounce. So basically the expectation is kind of just a move higher. Right now the R&R is a little wide on this one. It's not really the kind of R&R we normally expect. You know, we normally expect the R&R in this area here. But right now, we got it marked at 745. You can get in this thing and, you know, possibly put a stop at 660. That'll give you a little less than $1. Roughly like 80 cents. It'd be roughly an 80 cent stop. So the R&R is pretty wide on this one. But like I said, it seems like this thing is trying to get over $10. It tried to get over $10 at one point. Got rejected, put in a nice resting month. It seems like it's about to make its way up there again. Seems like it bounced in this $5 area. So yeah, this one may be making a move higher. So like I said, I got an alert at 745. That's a nice area to get in as a swing trade. It already broke last month's high again, 805. So if you guys want to put a order at 805, that's another area to get in long term. Drilling down to the daily, a nice intraday idea would be over 715 with a high of 712, just to give those few extra cents. Roughly 715. But like I said, if it don't hit 745, then you might want to be careful because it might pull back. But yeah, like I said, that's an aggressive entry. We are sitting right on the 20 period and the 50 period moving average on the daily. We are above the 200 period on the daily, as well as on the weekly and on the monthly. So like I said, the sentiment is definitely bullish. That would be a nice idea entry for CBAT. By the way, all these orders will be stop limit orders because we wanted to actually get to that price point. You can put your limit at 745. You can put your stop at roughly, you know, depending on the stock, you can put it at 745 to get that exactly, or you can get in maybe 744, you know, 740, you know, 3, 2, or 1, you know, just to give it a little room to trigger, depending on how fast the stock moves. I'm not sure how it moves intraday. But normally that stop loss would be set right there on the money. Even at the 60-minute, look like it's had a nice little resting period right down here on this 200 period on the 60-minute. So this could be a nice area for it to make a nice bounce. Nice bullish push here. So if we hold this 200 period, we can definitely possibly add over 7. So yeah, just keep a lookout for this one. Take it back to the daily. Okay, next idea is a CHEK, Check Cap Limited Company. All right, the monthly is bullish. This is our 3rd month up. We're definitely pretty extended on the month. We have gotten over this moving average here on the monthly, so that's good. We got some big money holding this thing up. Drilling down to the weekly, we had a nice wide range week here, ran up to $3. Held the 20 period and the 50 period pretty well. Last week we put in a nice narrow range week. It was roughly a 50-cent range this week. Like I say, the volume is minuscule, 700 million compared to only 68 million. So this is definitely a resting week. We're looking for a move up higher. I normally don't get in under red, under green. I really don't. Excuse me. I normally don't get in after green weeks unless we have a red day. So like I said, we drill down to the daily. We have a nice red day here. So let me see, 195 is our trigger that'll take us over last week's high. You can possibly put your stop at 170. That'll give you roughly a 25-cent stop. If you want to risk $100 on this, 25 cents, you need roughly 400 shares. If you're risking $500, you'll need roughly 2,000 shares. So that's the idea on that one. Only concern, we are above the the 2050 and the 200 period. We're good on all time frames. Let's see what the month looks like on a higher time frame. Yeah, definitely got room on the monthly. Big money want to take us to 7. I'm pretty sure we'll take it. For long-term outlooks, that could be a nice area to kind of take profits at. Just kind of be wary of that. We are over the 20, so that is a good sign. But yeah, we are over these. The only concern would be the 20 period, but kind of a little extended. Even though we have been consolidating greatly, we have put in some great consolidation here. The only thing is if we're actually going to move up higher, or if we're just going to consolidate over this dollar area. So, that would be the next thing. Are we going to actually move up higher or continue to consolidate? So like I say, just to repeat myself, we do have that alert at 195. Like I say, you can put a stop at 170. That'll give you a 25-cent stop on this idea. Next idea is GEL, Genesis Energy. Oh, my internet sucks today. Hold on. Oh. All right. Not sure what's going on with the internet. All right, so we're back. So next idea is GEL. So this monthly done took a beating. 60 down to 6. Starting out with the monthly, we are green. We are putting in. We do have a little bullish sentiment this month. I'm just wondering if we're gonna hold it. We put in this nice top and tail here in December. Anything under $6, we could pull back maybe to the $5 area. But we're gonna see if we make another move higher. Drilling down to the weekly, we did have some slight rejection here with this 50 period on the weekly. That's the only concern. Like I say, tested it once the first week of the month, and then last week we had a small test and got rejected. We're looking for it to get over this 690 area. I think if we do one more push to this area, we might be able to get some leeway in it. So that would be the idea. Take out this sale setup on the monthly for December. Because like I said, we can't get back over this $8 area. We definitely have room to fall back. So that's the idea. Roughly 690 by 650. That'll put you at roughly a 40 cent stop on that. Drilling down to the daily, we are over the 20, the 50, and the 200 period. We're barely holding on. Like I said, we kind of need a strong push up this week to really, get us going up higher. I do like how all the moving averages kind of lined up. We did have a nice resting period here. We fell up under the 20 period, kind of rested, broke back out, and now we kind of meeting up with all time frames here. So I think with all time frames lining up, this would be a nice time for a breakout. We're gonna see if we get a move up higher on this one. This is GEL. I think that's all I really see on this one. Like I say, first target long term would possibly be roughly this $11 area. Nice long term target. Swing trades, we normally just shoot for 2 to 1. Like I say, with this being a 40 cent, we're looking for 80 cent out of it, so roughly be 770, or roughly right in this area here. We're looking to take some profits. So that's it for GEL. Next idea is GNK, Genco Shipping and Trading Company. Well, my internet is like crap today. I'm not sure what's going on. Let me turn my internet off and back on. I hope I ain't gotta do this every stock. I mean, we're almost done. Well, we're not almost done. We got a little bit away. But goodness gracious. Okay, there we go. Okay, GNK. This month's green has some bullish sentiment already. Breaking over this $8 pivot, as well as this 20 period moving average. We tested this area in August, September, October, November, December, and then, like I said, this month we're finally actually getting over this $8 area, which is pretty darn good. Drilling down to the weekly, you can kind of see a clearer picture of the uptrend, the move up, the pull back, the move up higher. Like I say, we broke out of this $8 area. Nice smooth pivots here on the weekly. Broke out here on the weekly as well. Came back, retested this $8 area. So I'm wondering if we're gonna get one more retest before we make a move up higher, or if we're gonna actually move up higher next week. So that's the idea. The only thing kind of worrisome is this huge volume here. So what I'm thinking, this could be ending volume here. So I'm thinking bullish on this. I'm thinking bullish on this. The reason is we had if you look at the daily, we had a lot of green moving up here on the daily, and then we put in this red sell set up here. Then we got 3 days down before we got huge volume. We got 5 million shares here. So I think, you know, like I said, we put in this nice bottoming tail here just to kind of clean it up. This was kind of your cleanup here. So getting in over this 820 area would have been a nice intraday entry as well. This 820 area. So he's been holding that 820 area. That'll put you at a 20-cent stop, 820 by $8, because it shouldn't. Like I said, next week we could retest 8 again, but I don't think we don't want it to come back to 8. We want it to make a move higher. So I got my alert set at 865. That's the high of last week. We could do a mini entry at 840. Maybe this 840 area, maybe to add. Like I said, that is another pivot. It's not the pivot high for the week, but it is a pivot high if you want to be a little bit more aggressive. So you can add maybe a partial lot there at 840, and then the rest at 865. That'll put you at roughly a 45-cent R&R on this one. Looking at it for the second time, I think we may put in another resting week to kind of see where all that volume is gonna sit at first. That's what I'm thinking. But like I say, it is primed over 865. We did break out and retest, so another move up higher is definitely possible. As far as resistance goes, let me drill up on the monthly. Next resistance area could be the $10 area. So if we get any type of pre-market gaps or anything like that, if it hits that area, that might be it. So be looking to take profits if it hit that $10 area with any gaps. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, the weekly looks good. I really like the weekly. It's been, like I say, been trending up for a while. You know, kind of a ascending triangle with this $8 area, finally broke out of it. So I think a big move up next week will be a nice sign, a nice signal for us. Only thing concerning is that volume. But like I said, if it's bullish volume, then we should be in good shape. Because there's a real low volume here on this day. Even though we got that nice tail, I think most of those shares got 8 up here. And that low was 805. So a lot of those shares probably got 8 up at 805. Let's drill down a little bit lower and see. Okay, so yeah, a lot of those shares came in here. Got 3 million shares on this hour. That was the close of the day. So I guess really trying to hold this moving average here. See how it looks on the 4-hour. Yeah, so got big volume here. Still kind of gap down. But like I said, I still think we can make another move up. Did pull back. Nice run, pull back, bounce. Like I said, we can get back over this area here. Maybe this 840 area. I think we can make another move up higher. But that's it for GNK. Next idea is GSKY. Oh, we didn't have any issues that time. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Starting with the monthly. Sentiment for the month is green. The alert right now is at the high of the month, 550. The reason I like this idea, drilling down to the weekly, we did put in a lot of volume last week to hold this moving average, this 50 period moving average on the weekly. This is for Green Sky GSKY. So I really like it if we can get over this 550 area. Maybe put a little bit of distance between us and this 50 period on the weekly. We do have room up to this 650 area on the monthly, so that would be our, definitely a target for anybody holding long term. But right now, like I said, as a weekly idea, this 550 area, like I said, the idea would be 550 by 5, roughly $5. So if it gets up to 550, gets us in, it shouldn't come back to $5. So that would be our idea for this one. Like I say, getting over this 50 period We got support from the 20 period, right, you know, right up under us, pushing us up a little bit higher. So yeah, that's that idea on that one. Drilling down to the daily, I really like it. We put in a nice size volume here, right above the 20 period moving average. So that's a good sign. You know, that can be very bullish here, especially at the bottom of a downtrend. Nice volume spike could count as a reversal. So if you want to get a little bit aggressive, you can get in over this 515 area for intraday entry, maybe. 515 roughly by what, 495. That'll put you at roughly 20 cent. Roughly a 20 cent idea. Let me see here. Yeah, so 515 by 495. They give you roughly 20 cent with a 40 cent target. That'll put you at what, 555. Yeah, so roughly 555. So yeah, if you want to do an intraday, your target would basically be our entry. You know, so you can do an intraday entry here, and then your target will roughly be 550. That area there, you can sell, and then you can take a longer term position up here in the 550 area as well. You know, so you can make you some quick intraday money here, and then if it gets to 550, you know, you can sell the intraday shares, or you can continue to hold it. But you know, as an intraday idea, you're gonna lose a lot more with it pulling back than on a longer term entry. But you know, just kind of be mindful of that. But yeah, 550 is the target area for intraday. But for the swing trade, we're looking for it to get to 550. Like I say, definitely got a lot of room to move up higher. Like I say, 650 would be the first area to maybe run up to and then pull back. Just based on the chart, we really haven't put in a new low in a while compared to the $3 area. Nice run up here, pull back, came back to this area similarly a little bit and pushed up again. Now the moving averages is starting to line up a little bit for us. So yeah, definitely move up higher as expected over this 550 area, last week's high. So that's it for GSKY. Moving on. Next idea is HOFV, Hall of Fame Resort. What I like about this one is, as you guys can see, this is the first green month in a long line of red months. So always a good, you know, opportunity to take a core position if you see ideas like this. We had huge volume this month. You know, I guess something bad happened because it got rejected big time. We did put in this like I said, big volume here. We didn't put in a new low. We had a high of $1.50. So anything over $1.50, you know, anytime you want to take just a previous month high, especially if it's a red month, it's always a good entry. So if anybody got in at 150, that would have been a good entry as well for, you know, like a kind of a core trade, real long-term trade. Ooh, excuse me. I'm sorry guys, I just got done eating, so I apologize for all the burping and stuff. But yeah, so 150 would have been a good core trade entry over December's high. Right now we at 180. Drilling down to the weekly chart, we are kind of contesting this 20 period moving average on the weekly. I like the volume we put in the week before last, and we kind of put in some narrow range volume last week. Hopefully we don't gap down like this week here. You know, this week here we kind of put in a nice volume week, and then we proceeded to put in a resting week, and then we kind of gap down. So hopefully we don't have that kind of week next week. We actually wanted to kind of take out this moving average here and kind of go bullish. Hopefully we get some strong PR for this one. The only thing that's a little different about this one is this one has been holding the smaller time frame moving averages. We're over the 20 and the 50 moving average this time. Kind of just been consolidating here a little bit, so that's what I really like about this one. So the short term looks good. It's just the higher time frames that we have to contest with a little bit. So I definitely find some value in this idea, HOFV. Like I said, the monthly resistance isn't up here into this 580 area here on the monthly. So we definitely got room to run. We got room to gap. Weekly, as far as the weekly is concerned, we are contesting this $2 area pretty good. We closed at roughly 179. Sorry, getting a little tongue tied. So yeah, I definitely think we got room to maybe have a little bounce. We don't know if we're gonna really make a strong push higher or just maybe, you know, have this kind of a narrow range green month. Volume is picking up a little bit here compared to last month. Last month we closed them up with 32 million. We are already at roughly 75 million already for the month. We still got 2 weeks to go in the month, so we definitely could get a strong push higher. Like I say, $5 area would be a good target area. 200 period here on the daily is roughly this 460, the $5 area. So if we do have any gaps, we will be looking to either get over that area, or if it hits that area, we'll probably be looking to get out if we don't open above it. So that, you know, that would be the concern for that. But yep, that's my idea on HOFV. Oh yeah, target areas and stuff. Getting in at 210. Like I said, that's a real aggressive entry with the moving average being right there. But like I say, it'll be 210 by 180. You'll be looking at roughly a 30-cent R&R. You'll be looking for 60 cents out of it, so maybe 270 would be your first target for a swing trade. So roughly this 270 area. Like I said, that is a very a good access area to reach. 270 on the daily. We got, like I said, that's plenty of room to hit that area. Shouldn't be an issue at all to hit 270 if we get if the market goes in our favor next week for this idea. So that's what we'll be looking for. Like I say, only a 30-cent target for that area. Drilling down to the daily, you could get a little bit more aggressive and get in over this 195 area or $2 area. Still slightly aggressive, because it still wouldn't technically be a higher high, but you know, just got to be careful. Like I say, at least over this bar puts us at 210. That'll be over the high of last week. Will be a little bit better. Like I said, we could run to 2 and pull back instantly, so that's kind of aggressive on this daily chart here. But like I said, it's still buyable if you believe in the stock, you believe in the direction of the company, then you can definitely be a little bit more aggressive on this idea. But just kind of be mindful of last week's high as well when you're taking it, and you do your share size on it. But that's it for this idea. Next idea is ITRM, Itherium Therapeutics. Starting with the monthly, this is the 3rd month up on this idea. So it has been making a, you know, slow trends up. Put in some nice volume last month. Not sure the reason why. Drilling down to the weekly, we do have a nice resting bar here with a bottoming tail. We did break out of the last week of the year. Nice green week here. Came back, put in kind of a resting week. Seems like I really like the R&R. This was only 10 cents. So the high of last week was roughly 130. Yep, so 130 on the dot. The close of last week was 121. So roughly, like I say, 130 by 120, that'll give you a 10-cent stop. Looking for 20 cents out of it, that'll put you at 150. So that'll put you right at the high of the month. And at this moving average here, so that's R&R. That'll be a good R&R, like I say, a good 20-cent R&R. So if you're risking 500 bucks on it, you just need 5,000 shares. And you know, if it move 20 cents, you have your $1,000. So that's that idea. But that's R&R. If you're risking 100 bucks on it, 10 cents, that puts you at 1,000 shares. You know, if you hit 150, you know, that puts you at 200 bucks. You know, so forth and so on. But yeah, that's ITRM. As far as a daily idea, I really don't see an intraday entry outside of the 130 area. I think that's kind of the best area to get to. The only concern, we do got the 200 period up there in the 140 area, so that could be an issue as well. Yeah, just kind of be mindful going into next week about those areas there, because we really want to see some strength in those areas. We don't really want to see no weakness. So if it's gonna take out that area and get us to 150, like I said, we just need 20 cents out of it. So we can get through that area and just tap 150, we'll be good to go. But definitely there is some resistance in the 140 area. As far as monthly targets, anybody in this long term, you definitely should have room up to 3. If anything was to happen, you know, any type of good PR, At least a move up higher to 3 is possible, you know, maybe more for a target area. Like I said, that would be the next resistance area on a higher time frame. Any core traders out there. But yeah, that's pretty much my idea on ITRM. Moving on. Next idea is KALA, KALA. Seems like we got some earnings on February 10th for this one. So, you know, hopefully we can get a little, you know, pre-ER run up. Right now the monthly is kind of consolidating on the 20 period, so that's good. We have a little consolidation, a little sideways action going on. The money is green, so we do have a little bullish sentiment, just a little bit. I really like it over this 785 area. With, you know, a stop being at roughly 750 to put you about 35 cent stops. We're looking at roughly a 70-cent target. So that'll put us about roughly about 850, 855. So roughly up here in this area here for a move up higher. We are under this 20 period, so that's the only concern. On the daily, we got plenty of room on the daily. Like I said, we have up to 925 on the daily, so we definitely got room for this one if it triggers. Like I say, entry will be 785. I do like the volume spike here. We put in a nice red week, taking us out, and then like I say, we followed up with a nice green week to put us right back where we started. So maybe just some end of the year profit taking. That's probably what that could have been. Brought us right back up to par. And like I said, after the nice run up here, had a lot of rest in here, and maybe like I said, the next move up will take us over and get us to our target area. As far as the daily go, as far as an intraday idea, we did put in this nice little doji here Friday, so that will be a good entry over the 765 area. You can do 765 by roughly 750. That'll put you give you about a 15-cent stop. So if you're risking $100, looking at 750 shares, you know, give or take. But yeah, that would be a nice intraday entry, like I say, or you can add half there and half up here at 785 and see what it does. Like I say, 785 will be the main target area for this entry. If it doesn't get there, then kind of be concerned, because you know the weekly is kind of in the downtrend. We do have support for the monthly, but that doesn't mean we're gonna go higher. We could just continue to go sideways and kind of fizzle out a little bit. We don't want to go sideways. We want it to go up. So that's our idea for it to go up. But I think that is it for KALA. We are above the 20 and the 50 on the daily, so that's good. We are under on the weekly, but we are over on the monthly. So we got some short, some intraday moves going on. The weekly haven't really reflected it yet. This move here will really reflect it on the weekly to take us over that 20 period. So hopefully we can get a little piece of that. Next idea is LIVX, LIVX, Live Media Inc. company. Right now the monthly sentiment is bullish. We are green on the month. We are up to seems like a pivot area for this $4 area. Kind of been rejected by this area roughly 3 times, maybe 4 times. Seems like we tested it and had a slight pullback. That's the idea we're actually looking at to get over this $4 area here this month. We are over the 20 period on the monthly, still good. Have room up to the 525 area on the monthly. Any core traders out there, 525 on the monthly, be a nice target area. Drilling down to the weekly, we are over the 20 and the 50 period on the weekly. We put in this nice green bar here, taking out this red pivot. Had a nice pullback here to this high, pretty much retesting the end of the year high. We put in that high here of roughly 360. Broke out of it, ran up to 4, pulled back to 354. You know, retested this area here, retested the last week of December's high, and looking for a move up higher here, breaking out of this 395 area. Like I said, we want to move up higher on this, breaking out of this $4 area as well. This will be, let me see here. This will be roughly a 25-cent stop, 395 by 370. Yep, it's about 20 cents. So if you're risking $100, you'll need 400 shares. Risking $500, you'll need 2,000 shares. You know, we're looking for 2 to 1 out of it, so we're just looking for 50 cent out of it. So 450 would be our first target area. Like I say, look good on the daily, above the 20 to 50 and the 200 on the daily. Looks good. Uptrend looks solid. Seems like we're just consolidating a little bit here before we break out. So definitely looks good there. Looks good on the weekly. Pivot high isn't till 490. You know, for that pivot, you know, our actual target area ain't nothing but roughly 450. So like I said, we're well within that target area. Should be an easy target hit if we do decide to make another move up higher. So that's the expectation on that. If we drop below this 350 area, we could be maybe forming a downtrend. We don't want to pull back too soon, as we might shoot down a little bit lower. I say on the monthly, we did put in a higher high on the month, from this high all the way up here. So like I say, the sentiment is green. The movement is looking pretty green. Like I say, we are in the third month though. So hopefully we can get back up to this $5 area. If not by this month, by next month, before we actually have another pullback. Like I say, we was able to go 4 months strong before we had a 4-month pullback. So maybe we got 4 months to make a move up higher to this $5 area first before we move back again. So like I say, strong outlook on this one, LIVX. Like I said, I really like it over this 395 area. We got our alert here. On Monday mornings, whatever's moving, whatever's starting to pick up volume, we go ahead and start putting orders in the system. So as soon as the market open, whatever triggers. We normally use stop limit orders on all our entries, just in case. You know, we don't want to just get in, you know, at the market open, no matter what the price is. We want to get in either at 395 or wherever our stop and limit allow us to get in. Like if you want to put a stop limit, if you want to, let's say you want it at 395, but you will pay up to $4 for it. You know, give it 5 cents, so you can put your limit at 4 and your actual stop at 395. So stop limit order with your stop being 395 and your limit being $4. So once it hit 395, it's going to try to fill you. If it doesn't move too fast, you'll get filled before it hits the $4 area, hopefully. So yep, so that's that idea. Nice low volume here as well. That's pretty good. Like I said, nice volume spike, pushes up past 4. Nice monthly break pivot here. So like I said, I really like this here. But yep, that's it for LIVX. Next idea is MBRX. Molecular Biotech. Okay. Starting with the monthly here. Sentiment is green. Kind of concerned about getting back above this 120 area on the monthly. We are kind of battling this 20 period on the monthly average. So we're hoping for it to make another move higher. Drilling down to the weekly, we are bullish on the week. We are above the 20 and the 50 period, so that is good. We gapped up to this dollar area, kind of rested in between this area. Like I say, kind of gapped up, and kind of a lot of share taking been happening. No strong pullback, so that's a good sign as well. We kind of holding this dollar area down. Nice range, just basically a 20-cent range on this one here. But our actual entry would be 110 by $1, because if it gets to 110 again, we don't want it to come back to $1. It's already, like I said, it already rent to 110. Now it done came all the way back to 190, roughly 190, close to 197. So them 3 cents, we shouldn't have to retest this area too hard. So this would be another 10-cent idea. Target area will be roughly 130. That'll be a short term. Like I said, and that'll line up with the monthly as well as the weekly. We got the red 200 period for the weekly up here in this area as well. That'll line up for all the higher time frames for a good target area. If we gap over that area, that's even better. But just for the swing trade newsletter, that would be a nice target area to take profits. As you see, the bulls have definitely taken it to that moving average before. You know, like I say, so that would be definitely a good area to buy. You know, maybe we'll get a gap over and, you know, maybe move a lot higher, you know, but we'll see. But yeah, that's that area on that. Like I said, I really like this red doji here, right above this green bar here. Didn't penetrate it too much. Real shallow penetration here. Got pushed back up here. Shows a little support down here at the bottom. So we'll see if this support continues to drive this thing on up next week. If you want to be a little aggressive, you can get right back in at $1. You can make it a 5-cent stop. You can get in at $1, put your stop at 95 cents. That'll be an intraday entry. And your first target would be 110, the actual swing trade entry. So that give you a quick 2-to-1 here. And then you can look for a longer 2-to-1 once it hit that target there. You can pretty much have in a bracket order to put you in at one and put you in $1, put you a stop at 95 cents to sell, put you a target area to buy at to sell at 110, and then have another order. Like I say, you can set it all today, and then as the week go on, you ain't got to touch it. The bracket order will pretty much facilitate itself. So you can get your 2-to-1 intraday, and then as the swing trade entry trigger, you like I say, you can get filled at 110 for your sale for your 2-to-1 intraday, and you can get filled for your swing trade entry at 110. You know, you get the best of both worlds, or you can just hold all your shares if you want to. Like I say, the choice is yours. Whatever your trading plan entails, definitely up to you. I do like that we got support from these lower time frames, so that's real good. 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. Just checking my phone real quick. But yeah, so like I say, MBRX, that's the expectation for that one. Like I said, I really like the intraday entry as well. So depending on what type of volume we looking like on Tuesday, that may be a nice add. Probably add half of it there, and probably the other half at 110. Or we can do the intraday idea and do a 5 cent R&R on this one, and see if we can get a little bit more money out of it. But yep, that's it on MBRX. Next idea is METX, METX Group Limited Company. A lot going on there. This is a kind of a special idea for me. Even though the lower time frames show, you know, a very big downtrend, very huge downtrend on this one, I do like that we got 20 million shares in this thing this month. So whoever hasn't touched this thing is touching it now. We got a lot of money. We got a lot of money being accumulated within this 44 cent range here this month. We got 10 million last week, 12 million last week, 10 million, 12 million the week before last, first week of the year, and then last week we put in about 10 million as well, a little over 10 million as well. So that's what's interesting about this idea. So somebody doesn't want this thing to either get to $1, which the low was 171. So definitely it's either some support in this area. Like I say, big downtrend here. Let me see if this thing, how long this thing's been active. Okay, so this thing hasn't been active for over a year. So maybe it has found support down here. Hopefully nobody bought in this $25, $24 area, because you know it's definitely far away from that. But yeah, so like I say, it's starting to get interesting over 205. Very interesting area here. 205, maybe about 290. Put you at roughly 15 cents. Or you can, like I say, you can make your R&R bigger if you want to go long term with this thing here. Definitely has room, maybe to 380 if it decides to make a run. Like I say, big volume here. This is kind of that under the radar volume, because these shares don't really move the stock. It's just accumulating. It's just accumulating. There's a lot of accumulation going on right now. Like I said, that's a lot of money. But yep, really like this over 205. Definitely got an alert there. 205 is gonna get us over this 20 period on the short term. So maybe the first target to be roughly this 250 area, first target. That'll put us some good R&R based on this. You can do 205 by, we just do 285, making it even 20 cents. So give us 40 cents, maybe up roughly 245. So that'll, like I said, we can shoot for that target. That'll be a nice first target. It's gonna be a little bit more aggressive. You can, you know, drill down to 15 cents instead of the 20 cents. You know, that's kind of up to you and your trading plan. An intraday entry, you can get in over $2. Just be careful getting in over $2. Like I say, if it hits 205, you might be in good shape. So maybe $2 by 190 to put you at a 10 cent stop, and then you know all you need to really go, if you get in at $2, you just need to go to 220. You know, if you just getting 2 to 1 out of it, you know, for an intraday idea. You know, $2, 190. Like I said, you're over the 20 period, still got room on the daily. You definitely got room to hit 2 to 1, definitely on the daily. That shouldn't be an issue at all. $2 by 190. So if you're risking $100, you need 1,000 shares. You're risking $500. You need 5,000 shares. If you're risking $1,000, you need 10,000 shares. And then, like I say, 2 to 1, that'll put you at 2,000, 1,000, or 200 if you're risking $100. So that's that idea on that. I really wanted to break the pivot high though. That that's my main area to get in. You could add half here and half here. But yeah, that's definitely a nice area. And this is all based on volume. This is a volume only move. If it wasn't for the volume, we wouldn't be interested in this at all. Like I said, this thing was falling way before now. And the volume was pretty consistent. But we never did 10 million. Never did 10 million. We did 4, we did 1, you did a couple 200,000s in there, that's cute. That's not real money. They had a volume spike here, continue to fall lower. Volume spike there, followed up by bigger volume here, So I'm pretty sure a lot of people that that saw that pretty much got out, whoever was in over here. You just kind of got to follow the trend. Nice volume spike here, not a lot of volume here, driving this thing down. Volume spike here, driving it down some more. Volume spike here. Volume's picking up though. So we went from maybe 1 million to maybe 1 million here. Then that 1 million is starting to turn into 2 here. Then we got a 4 million volume here down here, this $2 area. So you definitely see what area that the market makers are interested in on this particular one. And you see we put in a final low of 171 here. And I honestly think that's it. Like I said, we put in that low here, nice green bar here, nice narrow range bar here. I think we got room to make a move up higher on this one. Like I said, this is just a volume only play. Volume only. But that's it for METX. Next idea is NMTR 9 meters Biofarm. This is another pharmaceutical company, I believe. Monthly's green. Nice breakout over last month's high of 105 area. Month high was exactly 105. Them little numbers like that be very potent. Nice wide range week last week. Taking out this pivot high 120, seemed like we like I said, that was a 120 pivot here. And we put in a $1 pivot, broke out of the $1 pivot and the 120 pivot, ran all the way up to roughly 180. I'm pretty sure we hit 180 in the pre-market that day. Whatever that day was, I'm pretty sure it hit it in the pre-market. Came back, had roughly 207 million volume that week, followed up by a 31 million volume week last week. So I think if we can get back over 140, we can definitely make a move up higher, at least to 180. It's definitely possible. We are bullish on all time frames. We're over the 20 and the 50 on the daily, over the 20 period on the weekly. Monthly, I'm not showing any data. This may be a newer stock. Yeah. So this stock isn't that old. Opened up, seemed like the IPO was maybe $5. Came back to $1 and finding some support in this area. Nice volume picking up here. I think we got another move up in mind. But yep, nice wide range green bar here. Narrow range resting bar here on red. Like I said, I think we definitely gotta move up higher if we can get back over 140. This will be another 10-cent stop area. So roughly, if you do 140 by 130, you're looking for 20 cents. So maybe 160 will be your next target area. Like I say, take some quick profits there if you're in it for just a swing trade. It already bounced off 120, so that's the beautiful part about it. Drilling down to an intraday entry, we did have a Friday high of 134. So if you want to do 135, if you want to do 135, that'd be a little aggressive. It's doable, just a little aggressive. I'm gonna personally wait for 140 on this one though. I wanted to get over that last week's high. The actual high was 141. We may give it that extra penny. Just to make sure we tag that high. because we don't want it. We want it to get up there. So that's NMTR. I really like this one. Nice pullback, nice resting, low volume, moving averages, moving right on up to it. All the lows from that gap up has been contained over 120. Very interesting. Yep, can't wait to Tuesday and see what this thing does. Moving on, next idea is SNDL. Very interested in this Friday before the market closed over 170. I was talking about this nice red doji over this 50 period. So definitely was hoping for a move up higher. It seemed like they had some type of offering that happened pre-market. So we definitely got filled. We definitely got us some shares of this on Friday because you know if you had an order anywhere up under 170, you definitely got filled because the market pulled back big time. Let me pull up the 60 minute. So we had a nice pullback. Nice pullback here on the 60 minute. I would say this is I want to say this is a healthy pullback. The area we want it to hold is still held pre-market, so that's a good sign. The monthly is still green, so that's a good sign. We're just hoping that we don't gap up under 150. We gap up under 150, we might be in some trouble. We might be in some trouble come Tuesday. I'm not sure, you know, this offering could be followed up by some good news, some better news. You never know. But yeah, as far as Friday goes, that's what happened. Like I said, we definitely got filled. I originally had orders at 70, 65, and 60, but then, you know, as the market was closing, it seemed like it wanted to kind of move up. So it actually got bullish for the first few moments of the market closing. My internet's messing up. Hold on. Lord have mercy. Not sure what's going on. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah. So you know, the first few moments of the, you know, market closing, we kind of got up under the, you know, the short-term highs, but you know, we kind of got a little bullish. I was like, I moved my orders up. So I did like 705 and 7. So yeah, I got filled big time. Came all the way down to 602.602. So I was like, that's fine, that's cool. I can do that. Now if we would have broke 60 cent and stayed below 60 cent, then I would have been like, I don't know. That would have took us up under the area I like to be in above. You know, the 50 period. Like I said, I was all basing it on that 50 period on the weekly. I said the monthly's green, so that's good. We need to get back over this 95 cent area. I believe this is a marijuana stock as well. Most marijuana stocks have already taken out their last month's high. They've already taken out December's high already. SNDL is kind of dragging along with that. So maybe we get some good news Tuesday and go ahead and take out that high, that 95 cent area. I really did like this it closing over 70 cent. Look real bullish on the week. Like I say, tested this 50 period here in November, got rejected. Kind of pulled back a little bit, you know, still in a good trend. Didn't come back to this 40 cent area. Made a move up higher. This 80 cent came back, you know, jumped up over this 50 period, kind of retested this area here. It's just a pre-market, you know, that's some little offering or something. I'm not sure if it's, you know, gonna actually really drag the stock down. If it was just, you know, probably some fear, the fear taking over, you know. So maybe we get a nice move up Tuesday. Looking to add over 80 cent if we do get above 80 cent. I still think we look bullish on this. Here. This right now I got the 4-hour, looking at the 4-hour chart. Got rejected by this 80 cent area twice though, really 3 times. So yeah, we're gonna see what Tuesday brings. Like I said, I'm already in this. I got my share size is 70 cent. Like I said, it went all the way down to 65. So you know, we are in the hole just a little bit. So we're gonna see what happens on Tuesday. I don't plan on selling until the market opens, but you know, if we open below 160, I may go ahead and exit the position. Because like I said, that'll put us under the 50 period, and I don't want to be up under the 50 period. Because if we open up under the 50 period, we will likely retest it, but we will likely fail. Like I said, we've already put in a lot of work to get above it. So for us to get back below it, we're probably gonna retest and fail. That's just how it goes. So yeah, if we, like I said, I'm probably gonna have a stop loss maybe at 59 cents, 60 cents, because if the market opens there, I'm just gonna go ahead and get out, take my loss. I mean, you know, I can always get out and just get some cheaper shares if that's the case. Because right now my cost average is 70 cents. So like I said, if we gap down that low, I might well just sell and get some cheaper shares. That way I won't be trying to cost average down. I'm not cost averaging down. No. I'm gonna take my loss and I'm gonna get in somewhere cheaper. That's if I see a nice idea. Because even on this 4 hour over this 67, 65, 67 area, looks good for bounce as well. I mean, we are sitting right on the moving average for the 50 period on the 4 hour chart. You know, so still definitely get a good bounce in. We may do something like we did here, even though this happened in the open market and this happened you know, post market. You know, you just never know. But we're gonna see Tuesday. But I still think we may got some surprise news coming Tuesday, maybe, or over the weekend, maybe tomorrow we have some surprise news, or maybe Tuesday morning. We're gonna see though. But yeah, I'm gonna hold this thing until Tuesday open. If it's looking like it's gonna open below this 60 cent area, I'm probably gonna go ahead and get out. But if not, we're gonna definitely, like I said, I did get some shares at 70 cents, so we're gonna see if we can make some money on this thing. Like I said, it's one of the marijuana stock that's kind of dragging behind from most of the other performers of this that's in this sector. Most of them is already broken out of December's high already. So like I say, we can get over 95 cents, I think we'll be in good shape. We've already tested that area, the dollar area. You know, we tested it back here in May, June, and like I say, we kind of revisited here in December, couldn't get over this dollar area. So we're gonna see what happens. But that's it. I think that's it for SNDL. My internet keep freaking messing up. I'm almost done. Four more ideas. If you guys are sticking with me this whole video, I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Subscribe, like, comment. You know, any ideas you guys have, any stock picks that you guys are in, leave a message below. Let me know. But just to keep it moving, like I said, I do like it over this 180 area. If we do, like I say, the pre-market is only as strong as the open. So like I said, we open below 160, I'm out. If we open above 160, then we're gonna see what it does. But yep, that's SNDL. Moving, like I said, all the other moving averages look good. You know, I mean, it's possible to, you know, gap up under all this stuff, which that would be terrible. But it's definitely possible. You know, I've seen stocks gap up under all moving averages and go completely bearish. You know, it's definitely possible. But you know, we're gonna see Tuesday. I'm still bullish on it. Like I said, I could have sold pre-market after it did that big tank. I decided to hold my shares just to see. Like I say, I probably wouldn't have got filled at all if it wasn't for that. So maybe I wasn't the only one that had out of the deal. I posted on Twitter. Maybe I maybe I put a lot of ideas in people's head. You know, it was definitely a lot of money down there. I mean, it was 100Ks after 100Ks after 100Ks under that 70 cent area. So we're gonna definitely see. I wish I would have left it how it was. My cost average would be like 65 cents because I had it at 70, 65, and 60. You know, but I ended up adjusting it. So, you know, cost average went a little off, but we're gonna see. But that's it for SNDL. Next idea is TNXP. Internet still acting like crap. 1 second. right. I'm gonna make sure my timestamps start like right in this area, so that way y'all don't be waiting for me to fix my internet and stuff like that. But only got 4 more ideas, only 20 ideas this week. That we might have some good triggers on. This one's TNXP, Tonics Farmers Holding Corporation Company. Not sure what they do. I just look for the patterns. Start with the monthly. Sentiment for the month is still green, so we're still good. So like I said, the sentiment for the money is green, so that's good. Kind of been going sideways here for a while. We did get over the 50 and the 20 period on the weekly, so that's good. Monthly resistance is until this 220 area, so we're still clear there. Still have room to make a move. We did put in a lot of volume here over this 20 and this 50 period area, so that could constitute as a sell setup. But we're looking for a buy setup. I mean, we're kind of looking for a move up higher since the money is green. So we're looking for this sell setup basically to fail in a sense. So we're looking for it to go higher. So our main entry area would be 115. That's our main entry area. That would be last week's high. Nice little doji here. Drilling down to the daily, we do have a couple of opportunities here on the daily. We can get in over this 95 cent area. Just kind of be careful. Like I say, it could bounce around here before it decides to move over. We do have a moving average here that's a little bit under, even though it's about to cross this 200, so that'll be a good sign. We are over all short-term time frames, so that's good. We are over the weekly and the with the weekly time frames as well, so we definitely can get a move up higher. So if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, you can get in this 95 cent. You can add at this 95 cent area intraday. But we're gonna wait. Probably gonna wait for this 115 area. Put a stop at this 190 area. That'll give us roughly a 25 cent stop. I want to say that's 25 cent. Yeah, so roughly 25 cent stop. So 115 by 190. But like I said, if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, you can do 95 cent by 90 cent if you want to. That'll give you roughly a 5 cent stop, 10 cent target. So you'll be looking to get out at maybe 105. That'll make your R&R pretty short there. But like I say, that is definitely an idea. If you want to do an intraday swing trade, maybe an overnight, maybe a 2-day trade, be in and out. 105 be your target, you be good and gone. But like I say, if you're more long term, you may want to add over here at this 115 mark. Like I said, we put in this high, came back up, retested this area, pulled back slightly. We didn't put in a crazy new low. Like I say, we still got support at this 75 cent area. Like I say, nice bounce here, rip up here, bounce here. Like I say, we had a follow-up day, higher low here, pushed up here again, pulled back. So like I say, we get over this time, we may have a nice strong move up. This is our 3rd month green. So if anything was to happen, we would want it to definitely happen this month. We already got some good volume picking up compared to last month. We're already over last month's volume in the first 2 weeks of the month. So, possibly could have an interesting move gonna happen here. That's gonna be a little bit bigger than what's already had happened. So definitely what we're looking for on TNXP. But yep, that's that idea. Like I say, plenty of room to move up on the daily. Like I said, nice considerable amount of void here over this 115 area. The 115 up. We got way over here. So yeah, we got a nice little void here all the way up to 250. Nothing up here all the way back till July of last year. So definitely nice over that area. That's the idea on that one. Moving on to VSTM, Veristream Inc. Company. Right now, we do have some bullish sentiment on the month. Crossing over this 20 period in November, so we kind of been bullish over this 20 period. We do have a little resistance here in this $3 area. Got the 50 period monthly here in this area here. Drilling down to the weekly, we did have a nice run up. We're over the 20 and the 50. Put in a nice green bar that took out a pivot high, and then we put in a nice narrow range resting week here, kind of retesting this 235 area. Last week of the year, kind of broke out of that, kind of retested this area. So if we can get another move up, maybe past the 265, we can continue to trend a little bit. 265 by 245, that'll give you roughly a 20 cent stop. We'll be looking at roughly 305 for a target area on this. That'll put us right there at the monthly, roughly around the monthly 50 period. So that'll be a good target area. definitely doable. 200, the 200 period is at 308. So like I said, that'd be kind of right in line with our target area on this one for 2 to 1. Drilling down to the daily, broke over the 200 period, kind of bounced off this 20 period pretty good. Kind of been consolidating a little sideways. So, you know, if we get some good volume, seems like, you know, last week definitely was a resting week. No huge volume to really, you know, pull us down. Kind of went sideways. So that's kind of what you want to see. Like I say, nice little resting week here. No real push down, nothing real aggressive. Had a little volume here because of the move up. You know, had a nice little sell off here, took some profits, continued to maintain bullishness. You know, had another gap up, take profits, still maintain a little bullishness. So yeah, I really like this area. You could be a little aggressive and get in over this 255 area if you want to be a little aggressive. I see 255 by 245, that'll give you 10 cent. So 20 cent target would be put you at roughly 275 if you want to do an intraday swing. So yeah, that would be definitely a nice area to add at as well. Yeah, we're looking at 265 for our main swing trade entry, and possibly get up here to this $3 area to close out the week. Definitely possible. I think it's definitely possible. I'm saying all time, like I said, lower time frames look good, weekly time frame look good. Monthly resistance and weekly resistance is up there in this $3 area. So that's definitely an area we can definitely attack and see if we can, you know, make some nice moves over that area there. But that's it for VSTM. Next idea is XNET, ZSAN Limited. I don't know if I'm saying that right. XNET or ZSAN Limited ADR. This one here is kind of a toss up here. I normally don't get in, you know, after red weeks without some red. So we got a little red. So we're gonna see if we can make a little money on this one. Bullish sentiment is green. The only concern is we've already got rejected by this $6 area here on the monthly. You know, as you've seen, you know, we could have found a good entry before, but we didn't. I don't think this one really had one. You would have just kind of had already been in this thing as it took off. Last month's high was 380. See here. Yep, you couldn't have got in at 380 either. So yeah, it really didn't give you a trading opportunity unless you was already in this thing. Because the only entry would have been the 380 area over this last month's pivot, but it kind of gapped over that and kind of already put in a move. So this would be the area that we'll be looking to get in. Like I said, the sentiment is already green. It already made its move though. That's the only concern. So it could be resting off for the rest of the month, or we could go back and retest this $6 area. You know, it's anything is possible. Drilling down to the weekly, we did put in a nice almost 100 million on that week there. We had a nice resting week here, only 26 million. So nice little red. I mean, nice little green. Oh my eye. Today's a terrible day. Oh my goodness. I'm in my eye. Anywho, a nice green doji here. Last week seemed like kind of a resting week here. Made a nice run up, sold off pretty good, came back, resting on top of the 20 and the 50 period. Nice little minor support here. Drilling down to the daily looks good as well. We're over the 20 to 50 and the 200. So we can get back over this 425 area. I think we can make a nice move higher. That would be last week's high. That would trigger any type of buy setup for last week's high. So, you know, if we definitely gonna make a move higher, we'll see what they do in this 225 area. If we never get to this 225 area, we can continue to consolidate or pull back. But that would be an area we would like to get alerted on. We do have, like I said, a lot of resting dojis here. Nice little bottom and tail here near this moving average. So that's kind of what you want to see. So buyers are definitely stepping up in this area here. Nice low volume here. You can be really aggressive and get in at 405. 405 by 385. That'll give you roughly 20 cent stop on that. You know, wait until 425 will put you at roughly a 50 cent. See, what's that? 20, 40, 60. Yes, that's a lot bigger R&R there. 15, 25. Put you at roughly 40 cent. So roughly 40 cent R&R there. You'll be looking at 80 cent off the weekly target. put you about 505. Still within range. Still within range. 505 still looks good. If you're doing intraday, getting in at 405 by 385, taking this high by this close, stop limit order only. So you're looking at roughly 20 cents. So 40 cents from there put you at 445. So definitely a smaller target. Like I say, more aggressive on your entry. Like I say, intraday. Definitely an idea. We're gonna see what it does Tuesday. But yep, definitely like it over 425. Depending on how we do, what type of volume we're looking like on Tuesday. I may get some shares at 405 just to see if we make that strong move up. But I think you know, we definitely want to close the month strong. We definitely don't want it to turn into August, where we did all that work for nothing, where it basically came all the way down and rejected. So this is our breakout month, so we definitely want this month to kind of finish strong. So yep, that's the idea on XNET. Last idea is ZSAN, Zosano Pharma, ZSAN. This idea is similar to XNET. Bullish sentiment didn't make a radical move up. It actually did. 100 million shares, you know. It did make a nice move up. We broke over last month's high, 69 cents. Look like we kind of attacked that dollar area, pulled back slightly on the monthly. Still bullish on the month. Definitely got room to 135 if we did decide, if the market makers did decide to make a strong move up. That would be a nice target area as well. Drilling down to the weekly. Like I say, this dollar area, nice topping tails are kind of a bad sign, as in, you know, the stock is getting rejected. So we know we attempted and got pushed back down. Attempted last week, we got pushed back down. The good thing about it is we didn't put in a new low, so that's good. Seems like we got some good support here in this 80-cent area, so that's good. So we can get back up to this dollar area. I think we definitely got opportunity to break over. You can do $1 by 80 cents, because it seemed like I say, if we go from 80 where we at now, we closed at 86.25. So if we go from 86 all the way up to $1, and we come all the way back down to 80 cents, it's probably the move is probably over. But just in case, you know, it's not over, you know, we definitely want to be in that dollar area just in case we do make a breakout, get out of this 20 and 50 period area, because it seems like a lot of consolidation. A lot of uncertainty right here, a lot of resistance right here. You know, a lot of whatever's going on in between this 20 and this 50 on this weekly is holding the stock down. So we're gonna see if we can get over this dollar area. Drilling down to the daily is another reason why I like it. We got a nice gap up, you know, sales set up, you know, obviously it's extended, you know. Buyer step back in here in this 70-cent area. Nice little, you know, buyer stepped up, nice little resting bar, proceeded to push up a little higher intraday. Like I said, this would have been a beautiful intraday, you know, pattern here, especially taking it over this red bar. You guys know I like my red bars. So yeah, so looking at Friday's close, getting in over 91 cents will be a nice intraday entry. That'll put you over the 200 period. The only thing is it gonna hold or is it gonna get rejected? When you're worrying about these moving averages, you got to worry about if it's gonna actually hold or if it's actually gonna reject. But you know, if you all or nothing, then you know it don't even matter. You know, you get in, and if it don't work, it just don't work. You just get out. But yeah, you could definitely take, you know, a couple of shares at 91. That's a little too aggressive for me. I probably wait for 95 just to give it that little extra room. You know, it may retest 90 cent. It may retest 90 cent exactly and pull back. So if it get up to 95, I feel a little bit better about it intraday. So yeah, I can give it, you know, $1 even, or I can give it 95 to possibly get some shares at, and then see if we can actually get over this dollar area and hold that dollar area. That's what I like on ZSAN. Like I said, good little bit of volume. Sentiment's good on the month. Getting challenged here by these weekly moving averages. So, you know, definitely a nice idea. Consecutive green days, consecutive red days, red. That's good. We're above the 20 and the 50 period. So like I say, the sentiment's still bullish. So we're just looking for one more move up. Maybe we can get back up, fill this gap. Actually had two gaps that got filled. So maybe we can get back up to this like I said, 150 area, you know, give or take. 1 by 180. If you do the swing trade, 1 by 180, they give you a 20-cent stop, so 40 cent put you at 140. So this 140 area on the daily would put you right in the gap fill area. So that'd be a nice, like I said, that'd be a nice target area for the swing trade. So yeah. So like I say, if you guys been hanging out with me this whole video, I definitely appreciate it. We are at over an hour, at hour and 30 minutes. I definitely appreciate you guys if you stick along for the whole video. If you guys plan on taking any of my ideas out of any of my trades, leave a message in the comments below. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. Salute to my subscribers. I hope to see a lot more of you guys. I hope to share a lot more ideas with you guys. I hope to keep making money with you guys, all that good stuff. So if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up. I think that is it. I will see you guys on Tuesday.